Hello and welcome to Wednesday, the day of Wednesdays. It's Thanksgiving Eve, which means we had to do some cooking. My eye and things seem a little bit off. I don't know what's happening. I just started getting like a really bad headache, so apologies for that. But um, when was it? It was sometime last week when we got invited to go to my cousin's house for Thanksgiving tomorrow. And I'm trying to do something with my hair, and whatever I'm doing, it's not working. Sure. Um, yeah, so we got invited to go to Thanksgiving, which is fine. Um, I only we only learned of some information today, so we got invited. I've been asking like, hey, do we need to bring anything? Do we need to do it? Like, what are we doing? My aunt was out of town up until last night, so uh, I told my mom to message her, and then we got a response like, you know, sometime this morning. So we were told to bring apple pie. I'm like, sure, that's an interesting request. What time do we need to go there? I have no idea, uh, and I don't know how many people. So, that's still up for debate. But I can do apple pie. So I'm like, figure out how many people, figure out what, yeah, what time, and will we be able to bake this tomorrow or today, or like how many people we're serving, how what kind of pie am I making? So after getting all that info, I'm like, okay, go out and buy the ingredients. I buy a few things. So I bought a bunch of apples. I bought 6 Granny Smiths and 6 Honey Crisps. Some evaporated milk, some sweetened condensed milk, some, what do you call it? Graham crackers, butter, and I think that might be it. Those are the big things, at least. I'm probably missing something, but those are the big ones. Oh, and lemons. Um, so yeah, bought all of that. Probably bought some other stuff as well, but I think that's the everything. Yeah, it seems like everything. So, come back home, and the first thing I want to do is like squeeze all the lemon juice, get all the lemons good to go. So did that, and then mom comes home. She's like, "Hey, do you want to bake this tonight?" I'm like, sure. So take the graham crackers, put them in the food processor, blend it all up. Add like 2 sticks of butter, a little bit of sugar, and that's it. And then we took a casserole dish. We made a wall around the casserole dish. Here, I'm pretty sure I do have a photo of. I don't. I thought I had a ingredient photo or something. Here's just the end. Again, the brightness. Whenever I show things, I need to remember like turn down the brightness. So here's the final product. Um, it's got a streusel top, and then you see like the graham cracker kind of around the edges, and then I think that's about it that you can see at the moment. So I had graham crackers. We began peeling the apples, slicing them on a mandolin, and then covering them with a little bit of lemon juice so that they didn't oxidize. After that, we tossed a can of evaporated milk, a can of sweetened condensed milk, and then we had some leftover sweetened condensed milk in the fridge. Added all of that to a pot, turn it on, let it caramelize because I wanted to do like a little caramel thing. Great. That's going. We have the butter. We have everything going, right? Uh, so after that's going, taking care of the apples, taking care of that, we add some cinnamon and nutmeg to the caramel mixture. We add some cinnamon and nutmeg and sugar to the apples, and some more butter. Butter goes in everything in this apparently. This is all pretty much just like done kind of by feel. I did use like a basic recipe for the graham cracker crust and a basic recipe for the streusel top, but you know, everything else is done by like feel. So added all that together. So once the apples were coated and sliced, added them to the dish that's covered in graham cracker, layer of apple, layer of caramel, layer of apple, caramel, keep going until it's full. Great. Now we want the top. It's a streusel top. Streusel top is essentially a mix of flour, sugar, and butter. Flour, brown sugar, white sugar, and butter. Blend it all up together and until you get a crumbly top. Sprinkle all over. That's the top that you're seeing on there. So yeah, toss that in the oven for, I think we put it in for like an hour and a half, hour 45, because you know it's a big dish. So that's going. Let it cook. There's a whole story that happens in between. We'll talk about that. What do you call it? Another day when things aren't too busy. It's a great story. We'll talk about that more then. But yeah, came out wonderfully. We haven't tasted it. We sampled everything individually. It's all really good. So we'll hopefully see how big of a hit this is at the party. It's happening tomorrow. I still don't know what time. But my mom's like, we'll bake it today. So all fine and dandy there. I think it might be early. I have no idea. But regardless, it was great. I believe this style is called a Dutch apple pie. The Dutch part being the topping, which is a streusel topping, which I guess is from either Netherlands or Germany or somewhere in that region. And that kind of hopefully turns out good. It tastes good. I picked a little bit at it once it was done in the oven. Came out really good. You know, everything that we were able to taste as like without like slicing into it. We did stick the knife right through the middle to see how well it was cooked. Hopefully, and it seemed pretty good. Hopefully, it's gonna cool down overnight, and then you know, still like whatever heat is gonna keep cooking it should be fine. But you know, after an hour and a half, hour 45, I forget where exactly we stopped, but after all that, it seems rather fine. So. That's that for now. But yeah, that's basically how we made that. You can find whatever you need to make everything online. You know, like if you just search graham cracker crust or whatever, it's basically take a box of graham crackers. I think it was like 6 tablespoons of white sugar, just 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 sticks of butter. Heavily like melt the butter, blend everything else up together until it's very fine, combine, there you go. Apples, and that was done by feel. The streusel top was 1.25 cups of flour, a 1/3 cup white sugar, 1/3 cup brown sugar, and another stick of butter. And then yeah, like that's basically it. That's, if you want to make it, that's the recipe. I'm not gonna type it up or anything, but yeah, that's that. It was a lot of fun, and took quite a bit of time, but everything I cook is a labor of love, so hopefully it turns out well. That's what I'm going to call it for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow. And until then, later.